In this video, I'll help you answer whether you should take time off when you feel burnt out or not. And based on my work with my private clients, I'll share with you 3 reasons why you may think that it's not a good idea to take time off when you feel burnt out, and 3 reasons why you may think that it's a great idea indeed to take time off when you feel burnt out. Hi, Wafa here. I'm an ex-investment banker, cubicle survivor turned professional career and wellness coach and speaker. If you haven't been here before on this channel, I love talking about health and wellness, self-care, burnout prevention, and how to transition to fulfilling careers. So if you're interested in any of this topic, make sure you like this video and subscribe to this channel not to miss any further updates on those topics. While working in my practice with busy professionals, that had a lot of responsibilities and worked in big corporations, I noticed that there were 2 scenarios. On one hand, some of them really tended to struggle taking the time off whenever they felt exhausted. In another scenario, on the other hand, I noticed that some of them made their choice already and they were really comfortable saying to their managers and their teams and their companies, hey, I'm going to take 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 weekend, months to sort of press pause and regroup so that I can heal and feel better. So the purpose of this video is to make your decision process a whole lot easier by presenting you the pros and cons of taking time off when feeling burnt out. Part 1. Here are 3 reasons why you may think that you shouldn't be taking time off. The first reason is you may think that taking time off might make you look like you're weak and admit that ultimately something is wrong with you. And so for someone who's really used to always going to the extra mile, showing up every day at work, staying overtime, and even showing up on weekends and on holidays, it's only normal that they wouldn't feel comfortable asking for time off, being staffed less, and just asking for a break. It's completely normal that that would feel very strange and out of your comfort zone. That makes perfect sense. In today's hustle culture, especially in fast-paced jobs, whether in large companies or in startups, that definitely raises eyebrows. It's not very common to see people really taking time off to just take care of their health or just regroup and heal or reconsider their whole career trajectory. It's something that's not often discussed, talked about, and it's not really mainstream. So no wonder that that would definitely cross your mind and make you feel a little bit antsy. The second reason why you may feel reluctant to taking time off when feeling burnt out is out of loyalty. You may be scared to seeming uncommitted and not driven and not ambitious enough to your team. You may also dread not looking really professional. In fast-paced jobs, it's very common to see people tethered to their email and computers and their desk non-stop, whether at all hours of the day and night. And so for you to be taking time off out of the blue is highly uncommon and highly uncomfortable for some. So that would make perfect sense. Some teams are understaffed or experience a very high project or deal flow, which means that they're constantly under a lot of pressure to deliver in a short amount of time, but high quantity and high volumes of work and output, which means that for a lot of employees out there, it's very hard to even consider taking time off just because them being not at the office would be noticed, because the team would lose someone. They would lose a valuable member and they would lose, a resource. So this lady right here forgot to turn on the mic while filming the next clips. So I just discovered and found that right now as I was editing this video. But it's okay. Progress not perfection in life. It's fine. I'm just going to record the remaining of the video right now. So, the third reason why you may be reluctant to be taking time off when feeling pretty exhausted and burnt out is that you dread feeling really bored. Just being at home, not knowing what to do with yourself, not knowing what to do with all that free time. That definitely happened to me back in my banking days when I quit finance. I found myself for a full month in my apartment and I really did not know what to do with myself, the first 48 hours. And then I thought, wait a minute, this is amazing. Now I can actually take time for myself and rest and recharge and heal and go out and work out and also have more mental space to think about the next steps of my career. So that would make sense that why you would feel that way, but please know that that fear, although it is normal, it's not something that will last, you throughout your whole time off. The first 48 hours, 72 hours to, 1 week after you were off at home, you may freak out and not know what to do with yourself. But trust me, after some time, you will quickly adapt and find new things to do, because there's always a lot of things to do, to be honest. It's just that because your brain was so used to being employed and working a million hours a week, you do not view as of now what is it that you could do that could replace, and fill those hours. But once you do get off the job, trust me, especially if you're feeling burnt out, you will thrive with having so much time off to take care of yourself and also, explore new things and broaden your horizons so that you can really have a deep brainstorm moment about what is it that you want to do and how to strategically get the next role in your career. Right now, so let's talk about 3 reasons why you may consider taking time off when feeling unfulfilled or burnt out at work. A relevant reason why you may think that is if you really notice yourself struggling to be able to focus at work and you're noticing that you're not performing as well as you used to before, and that's really not sitting well with you. So in a nutshell, you're feeling exhausted and drained, and you really notice that that's really getting in the way of how you're showing up at work, and you do not want to show up that way. And so that for sure is a very valid reason for you to think, hold on, this is not okay. I need to take a step back, take time off, regroup, because this is not the real me. I can do better than this. So a second reason why, and this is something I already mentioned, is, if you really, really feel exhausted and you struggle to even get up in the morning to go to work, you struggle to log in on your work computer, and you really struggle to do what you're told. You're struggling to get through your to-do list the same way that you used to before because you're so tired. That fatigue is affecting you on so many levels. It's affecting your mood, it's affecting your focus, like I mentioned a few moments ago. It's impacting as well, your appetite, your health maybe, and your sleep quality, and just also the way you project yourself in your career in the future. So if you notice that you're absolutely exhausted, so much so that you do not have fuel left to even bother, I think that's the word, even bother to show up to work and pretend to be someone you're not or have a brave face, then it would make sense that you would think, hold on, I do need to take time off for myself to heal and rest and regroup. A third reason why you might consider time off is that you really feel overwhelmed. You feel like you have way in over your head, so much so that you don't have the mental space and mental capacity right at this time to make proper, strategic, and fulfilling choices for your career. You don't know whether you want to apply for another firm, for the same role, or for a different role. You don't know if you want to go on a sabbatical, if you want to do an MBA. You don't even know what type of a role do you want to apply for and be a candidate in the future. So you're just so overwhelmed. There's no way you can come up with that answer as of now. And it's okay. You do not have to pressurize yourself to find a job ASAP. Some people know what they want to do right off the bat. Some other people are comfortable with not knowing, but they just are comfortable applying for similar positions in the industry, just as a stepping stone to something else while they figure something else out. And some other people, and I've had clients like that, they just don't want to let go of their current job before they find out what is it that they want to do next. And so in those instances, it is smart, with proper time to make sure that this is the right decision for you, of course, but it can be smart to take time off to rest, but also take a step back to brainstorm and have a proper brainstorming session, on what do you want in your work life, what don't you want, is your skill set as of now, what are the skills you want to acquire and obtain in the short term, etc. So you really want to have that bit of a regrouping session with yourself just to be really clear about where you're at professionally. So my hope with sharing all those pros and cons is to help you remove the pressure and the guilt and the uncertainty and even the loneliness perhaps you may feel with that decision. A lot of my clients often tell me, I'm I'm strange, I'm weird, why am I not wanting to take time off? It's so hard. I see everybody else do it. And I have other clients on the complete opposite who say, I feel so weird, I've taken time off and I feel good about my decision, but I do see friends and, you know, my peers who are still working, and, you know, I meet them in after work, sort of at dinner or at this birthday party, and it's awkward and I just feel like I've done something wrong. Did I make the right choice? And I really, throughout this video, want to convey that there's no perfect choice for you, and that those emotions of feeling guilty, feeling unsure about your decisions are 100% normal. Whatever you choose is the right fit for you, and at the end of the day, you know, you will learn through experience. It's only by thinking, no, I'm not taking time off now, that you'll go through the process of still working really, really hard at your current job and still feeling unfulfilled or even burnt out in the process. And you know, it's smart to feel those emotions, to feel that those uncomfortable emotions and perhaps even that pain, because it is those uncomfortable emotions that will nudge you to bring a change, whatever it is, right? Either it's asking for a promotion or to be shifted in another department of that company later, or to, you know, 2 months after realize, okay, now it's time to take time off. It's really going through the experience that you will learn. If you do choose to take time off, it's only by taking that time off that you'll understand, wait, did I make the right decision in the end? If you feel recharged, if you rest, if you feel like you're growing, the first, obviously 3 days, you're not going to feel like you're growing much, but after 2 weeks, it's good to check in and think, hold on, am I ready to go back to work or not? If after 2 weeks you don't feel like it's a good time, take 2 more weeks. If your contract, if your company, and if the doctor allow you to do so, go for it. And then after another week or 2 other weeks, reassess and think, hold on, am I ready to go back to work now or not? The only person that can really force you to take time off for medical reasons is obviously a licensed doctor or therapist. A doctor is the go-to person that can emit a diagnosis and say, hey, if you choose to not take time off, this is what's at risk for your health. So yes, the decision is yours, but something I want you to remember is, if you do choose to keep working hard and hustling and, you know, leveraging your grit and your ambition and your resilience, please know that the one thing that's not okay is to work yourself to the bone until you get physical symptoms and you cannot get up anymore, or you faint in the middle of the subway, or you collapse at work, or you're getting, you know, palpitations, or like, you know, just all those illnesses and symptoms that are intense, right, and scary. No job, in my belief, should be at the expense of our mental and physical and emotional health. It's good to be aware, although that's a blessing to be able to take that time off. Some people can't, you know, some people really depend on that income, so it is to take into consideration. However, it's, you know, in some countries, when a doctor diagnoses, you know, an instance of burnout or similar, and they grant, you know, the employee time off, the employee in certain countries and through certain type of contracts, they remain, you know, paid by the company. So that is also good to know. So I mean, you at the end of the day have the final decision, but it always it's good to not, you know, sacrifice your health at the expense of your career. You can always a career back. You can always apply somewhere else, even though it makes seem impossible at first. Health is wealth. I think I'll finish by saying that. Thanks for watching this video. If you've enjoyed it and found it useful and inspiring and even perhaps comforting, give it a like and subscribe to my channel. You can binge watch my career related and self-care related videos right here on the screen. See you next week. Bye.